Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I want to do a little decoupage vase here. This is going to be for like Easter, springtime, whatever. So what you're going to need here is just a glass vase. This is from Dollar Tree. I like the shape of this one. It's pretty cool. You can use any vase you want to. It doesn't have to be this one at all. I'm going to sponge paint this with some of the sheepskin color of the home decor chalk paint. Use whatever color you want. The only reason I'm using this color and not a white, this is the sheepskin, it has more of a little bit of a creamy color to it, is because the background of the napkins that I'm going to be using has that creamy color and it'll just blend in better. So that's your best bet, is to try to go with whatever, you know, background color of your napkins if you're using a napkin for that. But I want to use this bunny here. And then I had another napkin. I can't tell you where these came from. I think someone gave me these napkins. And this one just had a bunch of yellow daffodils. I thought that would be absolutely perfect for this. So I already got a bunch of them cut out. That's all that's left of this one. But first thing we got to do here is get this vase painted. And then of course you're going to need some Mod Podge. It doesn't matter. Gloss matte really doesn't make any difference, because after this is all said and done, you can put a layer of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, especially if you want to put like real flowers in here and you're going to be using water and stuff. Then you can go ahead and coat that with the dishwasher safe, and this is the gloss. But this stuff works great. I've done it on a lot of my DIYs that I've done for like my little soap dishes and soap dispensers that I made for my bathroom, and I gave it a good coat of that after I'm done. I don't like to use this on the napkin because for some reason this one tends to make the ink run on the napkin. The regular Mod Podge does not. So if you want to go ahead, I don't think I'm going to coat mine with this. I'm just going to have mine on my kitchen table with some fake flowers in it and some Easter stuff. But whatever you choose. If you want it to be able to wash, then you're going to want to put the dishwasher safe on there. Otherwise, just the regular Mod Podge is fine. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is take some of this. I'm not even going to take any out of this thing because this thing is so huge. I'm going to use one of these round sponge brushes from Dollar Tree. And then you're just going to go ahead and pat this paint on here. You can smear it around if you want to get it in there real good first, but then go ahead and pat it. That's what's going to give it this nice ceramic look when it's finished. And I like the texture in it. It looks a little bumpy when you first do it, but it kind of flattens out, so you don't really have to worry about it. I'm going to go all the way up around the rim, and I'm going to give this 2 coats of this paint. I'm not going to bother doing the bottom because, you know, you're never going to see that anyway. But if you want to, you can do the bottom too. But I'm not. So that's it. You just pat and keep going. You don't want to leave a lot of these like circly looking things. So just kind of flatten them out a bit as you're going. And as this dries, like I said, some of this texture will flatten down. But I do want this to look more ceramic than just a plain old glass vase. And plus it also helps blend in the napkin a little bit better if it's not so smooth. But anyway, that's what the texture will look like when you put it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and I will finish painting this here in a second. Let me put my brush right over here in a little bit of water. Here we go. So while that's drying, let's just say for time's sake that I put 2 coats on there and it's drying. So while your vase is drying, you're going to pick out whatever napkin you want. Now I tend to cut these down just to make it easier to work with. This had 2 of these bunnies. I think I got these at the Christmas tree shop. I haven't bought napkins in years, so it's hard for me to remember exactly where I got all of these. But you can find these napkins in all kinds of places, like especially like on Etsy. If you ever go on Etsy.com, it's just etsy.com, and look up napkins for decoupage, and you can buy like sellers sell like 2 or 3 of these napkins, so you don't have to like spend a bunch of money to get a whole pack. And there's so many pretty ones on there. Or check like even in your grocery store. A lot of times I'll find some really cute ones in my grocery store. And let's see how easy this is gonna. Sometimes it's easier to tear it a little bit. You got to get this down to the 1 ply. I think this is a 2 ply napkin. As soon as I find the edge here, that wants to pop open. Some of these are easy to come apart, some are not. All right, I'm going to tear this a little more. There we go. Because then it kind of get a separation there. All right, come on, napkin. Don't give me a hard time here. There we go. But I'm just going to show you on this one for anybody who hasn't seen how I cut out my images. It's really simple. I mean, if you have a better way, then that's fine. But I like to do it with my water brush. One of these little water brushes. They fill up. They got water in the tube there, and it comes out on your little brush. You can get these at Dollar Tree. Sometimes they have them. I haven't seen them, I don't think, in a while, but they do sell them at Dollar Tree. I think it's 2 or 3 in a pack. But if you don't have one of these water brushes, you can just use a regular paintbrush and just dip it in a little water. Kind of give this a squeeze, get this water going here. Just dip your paintbrush in water if you don't have this, and then just go around just the outside of whatever you want to cut out here. And then you're going to need something. I have this little spatula here that came in with a paintbrush set, or you could use a plastic fork or something like that. Now you want to put your finger over the image so you can't see it, because if you can see it, you're going to rip it. So I just cover that up like that with my finger, and then we just keep going around, scraping off the excess here with your little knife. And I want to keep these grass pieces down here too. And then sometimes I like to just get rid of the excess here real quick. So I'll just kind of cut that off, get it out of my way. And then it has like this jagged edge to it, if you can see that, which blends in really, really good. That's why I don't like to cut these out with scissors, because it makes a straight edge. But with these like little jagged edges, you'll see how much better that this actually will blend in with your paint that you put on there. And you hardly even see it at all. It looks like the little bunnies are painted right on the glass. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to finish cutting out this little guy. I cut out a bunch of these flowers already that I'm going to put on here too. I think will be real pretty. And this napkin with the flowers had these little bitty butterflies. I cut them out too the same way. Oh, here's one I didn't cut out yet. I still have to cut him out. I thought they would be cute. And then of course there's a little butterfly there that I'm going to cut out too. So let me just do a little bit more of this here, and then I'll finish cutting these all out while my paint is drying after I get the next coats on there. But yeah, it's just that simple. Just make sure you can't see your image under your finger there, because whatever's sticking out, if you have it wet, it's going to pull right off. But this is really easy, and once you get the hang of it, it's really quick. You can just kind of just go around here real fast like that, kind of doing it slower because, you know, I want you guys to see. But yeah, like once you get the hang of it, it takes like no time at all. All right, so let me get this cut. I may as well just finish cutting this little guy out here while I'm on a roll. But that's just how easy it is to cut them out. It's just a little... Actually, I think I'll cut that paper off the edge here. Did I do that? No, I didn't. All right. Alright, and there is my little bunny and his little basket that's going to go on here. There's just, like I said, there are so many pretty napkins, so whatever you can find. These are different napkins. I'm just going to kind of combine them together. Sometimes I've used butterflies from one napkin, flowers from a different one. You know, you can mix it up and do whatever you want to do. So, alright, I'm going to cut this little guy out here, and then I will let you guys go for a second. It'll be a second for you guys. So I can get that vase painted up, and then we can get started doing this. Oh, the other thing is you want a smooth surface to do this on. It has to be really smooth. You could do it like on a countertop. Sometimes you can find the glass mats, the little round ones at Dollar Tree sells that are nice and smooth. This is actually a We Are Memories Keeper glass mat that I got at Michael's a long time ago, and I absolutely love that. But I do have some of the smaller ones from Dollar Tree. I don't know if I have one handy. Here's one. This one just says welcome to our home place, and then, you know, it's nice smooth. So you could use something like this too if you wanted to get something like that. It's only $1.25, but I love this glass mat. I use this thing all the time. All right, so let me get the rest of the paint on that vase. I'll finish cutting out. I still have to cut out these flowers. I'm going to do that the exact same way I did those, and then when we come back we can start putting on the images. All right, this is all done. Look how nice that looks. I love that. Now it just looks like a nice ceramic vase. Okay, so oh, I got Mod Podge everywhere. That's the other good thing when you separate your plies from your napkin, you can use them to wipe off your hands. So I always keep them here. All right, so the first thing I want to do is take this bunny here and figure out exactly where I want to put him, because that's where I'm going to kind of judge where everything else is going to go. I want to get him nice and straight here. I think that looks pretty good. I think. Let us hope. And you don't want to go down here too much, because once you start to try to bend your napkins and stuff, it kind of can get a lot more wrinkles in it. So I don't want to go down too far. Maybe like right there. All right, do you look straight, dude? He's kind of looking up in the air, so it's kind of hard to judge, because he's going to be looking up at a butterfly. And I want to leave enough room where I can get the butterfly up there. All right, I think that's good. We're going to go with this spot anyway. All right, so I think I'll start down here on the bottom. I'm just going to go right over top of the napkin, because it's only the one ply. It'll soak right through, and it just makes it so much easier to work with. You want to use a lot of Mod Podge so you can keep smoothing out. You don't want to go over your napkin too many times, because it'll rip eventually. So you want to do it nice and gentle, and then kind of go up the center here. And I can't say that I don't get wrinkles. I do. It's not a lot, but still, you know, it's aggravating. But there we go. All right. That looks pretty good. Get his ears up there nice and pretty. All right, he went on there pretty easy. Now once this Mod Podge dries, you know, it'll be nice and clear, and you'll see the image really nice. So, all right, so we're gonna leave that. We got our bunny on here. Now I need to figure out where I want my flowers. These particular ones kind of curve, so this one would definitely have to go on this side. So I want them kind of not quite touching his ear or that, and I just want to make sure I have enough room, hopefully, that I'm going to be able to do the same thing on the other side. I don't mind it overlapping these little grass pieces. Alright, so let's get this down on here. This napkin's very thin, so I'm going to have to be really careful with this one. You'll notice the different qualities in napkins too. Some are really easy to work with. Some are very, very delicate. Just very thin. But I think it's actually going on there pretty well. You just kind of want to work your way up. You know, you don't want to try to do the whole thing at one time, because that's when you really run into problems. Alright, so let's get this smoothed down just to his ear. Just made it. Alright. That little flower needs to straighten out, but I don't want to mess up my little bunny's ear. A little bit of a wrinkle there. Kind of, you gently tap it. You figure out which way that wrinkle's going, you can kind of get it out without wrecking your whole napkin. But I'm going to leave this be just because it's such... I said I'm going to let it be and I'm still messing with it. Yeah, before I mess it up, I'm going to leave it be. Okay, so there's that side with our flowers. And we got our bunny here. Now I want to get this other bunch of flowers here to go this way. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough room. I don't know if they're going to fit on that side. Well, you know, if it doesn't, I'll just finish this around with flowers and just leave this on this side. I may put this over a little bit because I got to get that little butterfly up there that he's looking at. So I think we'll start this one about here. That looks good to me. And my doggy's out there barking. That's my little Benny. Let me go right up the center on this one since it's so tall. Try to get that up straight. All right. Just make sure you have enough Mod Podge on there, because if you start really dragging the brush, you're definitely going to, I think I ruined that leaf. You're definitely gonna rip them. All right, so I bent that leaf. Can we get it back? Let me look at the other one. No, I did not bend the leaf. That's actually a flower going through the leaf. Okay, I'm glad I didn't mess with that anymore. It looked like a wrinkle, but it's actually the way the flower petal goes over there. All right, I'm going to leave this be until it dries, and then we can come back and figure out, make sure I got all my edges down here. I see a couple sticking up. Figure out if the images are going to fit on the back the same way, or if I'm going to have to try and figure out something else. So, all right, let this dry, and then we will come back and finish it up. Okay, this side's pretty dry. It's not completely dry, but it's dry enough that I can touch it. I did put the other bunny on the back, and of course I should have moved these flowers over a little bit more, so I had to cut them down is what I ended up doing. Let's see, I don't remember which ones I was going to use now. Well, I know I'm using this one here. So what I did, oh, and look at the difference in the color. See the napkin here, how pale it looked until you put it on that nice background, and then it gets really, the color just shows up beautiful. That's why you need to match the background to your napkin to the color of your vase, because it really, that's just really sharp. I love it. All right, so now I got to figure out where I want to put, let me hold this from the bottom, it's not wet. Was this? No, I think this one went over here. So I'm just going to add a few here. I may just throw a few extra butterflies on this side because, you know, it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it, but you know what? We'll make it work. So we'll just put that bunch of flowers there. I mean, both sides don't have to be exactly the same. Alright, so we'll put those flowers on that side, and then over here, I don't remember which ones. Was it these? Or it might have been this one. I think it was. That the one I was going to put? It's still too much. So I'm just going to tear a little bit more of this napkin off. You can tear these too if you want. It's easier to do with the water and stuff, but I don't want to have to get my thing back out. I don't have a lot of luck ripping them sometimes, especially big pieces. I end up ripping more than I want to. But it does have the same effect to it. Alright, so let's see if that'll fit up in here now. I think that'll be good right there. Like I said, you can piece these together, you know, any way you want. And then after we get all done, you want to make sure that you cover your whole, you know, vase with the Mod Podge so it all has the same nice shine. I love working with little pieces. They're so much easier to put on. Alright, so that's on there. So that'll look really cute when it's dry. Okay, so now on this side, we're going to add some of these little butterflies. And this is like the easiest part ever. You just kind of got to figure out where you want it. I'm going to put a little Mod Podge down there first because these are so tiny. There we go. We'll put that little guy there. Isn't that cute? Look at him, his little butterfly. And then we gotta put the one over here. I should probably have enough on there. Whoops, that's on the wrong side of this one. What am I doing? Right there. There we go. There we go. And there's our little butterfly there. Little pieces are so fun. Look how darn cute this thing's coming out. Okay, so let me grab some more of these other butterflies I have here. Put one, well, maybe we'll put one down, maybe here. And they'll show up much better once they dry too, because those were really pale looking. There we go, so we got that one there. Alright, I still have two more for over there. So I think this little gap here I'm going to fill in with another butterfly here. Since maybe we'll have him going the other way. Alright, so now we got 3 butterflies over there. And I think we're just going to add 2 over here. One of these little bitty ones right there. And we'll put another one down here. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come back. Alright, so now I'm going to let this dry. I don't know if I want to put a rim on this. Sometimes I sponge like a different color, but I'm not sure if I want to on this one. It would look cute with a yellow. Do I have yellow chalk paint anywhere in my life here? Of course not. I kind of want to stick with the chalk paint. Alright, I'm going to see what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and then just cover the rest of this thing here with some Mod Podge. Try to get your, your brush strokes kind of going all in the same direction. But you just want to make sure you get every piece of your little vase covered. And then, like I said, after this dries, if you wanted to go over it with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, that's when you would do that, after you get it all done with the regular. But yeah, I don't know why that likes to eat up the ink in the napkins, but it does. And I think it all depends on the quality of the napkin too. I just painted my knuckles. Alright, I think I got it all here now. I think I do. Alright, we're going to let this go. And I think, like for Easter time, I had that space down there where I could put like just a nice little bow down here along the bottom. I thought I had a different vase that I was going to use for this, but I can always do a different one that, comes up where you could put the bow up on the top. But I think it'd be easier just to do something cute down here along the bottom. So we'll see what that's going to be once this dries nice. And yeah. And if I can find that yellow paint that I'm thinking of. Oh, look at that, found it. Summer Porch chalk paint. Alright. I'm not even going to wait for that to dry because I'm going to have to let this dry. Alright, I'm going to take this Summer Porch chalk paint here now that I found it. It's right there in front of me. Grab one of these small little sponge brushes, and you're not going to need a lot for this. I'm just going to use what's in the cap here, tap some of that off, and then just go around this edge. Just dab it. Hold it up here in a second so you can see it. You don't want too much on there. Kind of tap it off on the table. And then just tap it down around the edge. Yes, I love it. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to need another coat of that or not. I think that's going to be just perfect. Just like this. I'm just going to go around it again, make sure I didn't miss anything. And then I'll have to go over it with the Mod Podge because it won't be shiny. Oh, I love that. Okay. Glad I found it. You were hiding. It was hiding in with my other paints there. Yep, so that is the Home Decor chalk paint in Summer Porch. And I think that tops that off really good. And I'll hold it up for you guys after this thing gets dry to show you how that looked a little bit closer. But let this dry and then I will be right back. Alright, this is pretty dry now. I think that's so cute. The little bunnies and the butterflies. I thought I had some yellow gingham print ribbon. I do not. I have green though, so I'm just going to use that. I'm just going to put the tiniest little dot of glue on here, so if I do find the yellow, that's what I want on the bottom of this. But you could change these up anyway, or if you don't have to add a bow to it at all if you don't want to. I just thought it would be fun to put a little something down here. So I am just going to try to get that nice and snug. Add just, of course there's something stuck on my glue gun. Add just a little tiny dot of glue. That way if I change my mind I can take this off. There we go, very tiny dot of glue. Get that nice and tight. Out of all the colors I had, of course I did not have the yellow, but this will work fine. Like I said, I could change it up. And I just cut another piece, whatever size you want your bow, it really doesn't matter. But this is how I'm going to make this little bitty bow here for the front. I'm just going to fold over a piece here, like so, and then figure out how big I want this bow to be. Just not too big, maybe just like that. And then I'm going to glue that piece down in there. Just a teeny bit of glue. And then we're going to twist this so it comes around this way. Just like that. Just kind of fold it over. And then we're going to use this just to go up over the front and make this cute little bow. And that's just a nice easy way to make a quick simple. And I wish this was wired too. This is not wired ribbon. I swore I had it, but I don't. And this is gonna do for now. Alright, so there is our little bitty bow here to go on the front. Hopefully this will puff up a little bit. Yeah, it will, I'm sure. Alright. So I'm just going to add another little dot of glue on there and glue this right to the front of that piece of ribbon here, right under our bunny. Or you could always just decoupage some more stuff down there if you want to. There we go. Just the cutest little bow for the bottom of this bunny. But now I'm waiting for Dollar Tree. I have not been able to find the flowers and stuff. I want to put some of the usually they come out with the pretty little daffodils and things, and I have some Easter eggs on picks I want to put in this when it's time. It's a little too early to get this out yet. Let's get through Valentine's and St. Patrick's, but I wanted to get this made anyway, so now I have time to find all the flowers I want to put in this little guy. But that was my little project for today. I thought I would share it with you guys. You guys know if anything I can decoupage, I will do it because I just think it's so much fun, and it's just so easy to really make something special. Make a great little gift for somebody too. How inexpensive would that be? Just a $1.25 vase and a napkin. And there you go. You have a beautiful gift for someone too. But this sucker's going right on my kitchen table after Valentine's Day. I might wait till after St. Patrick's. I don't know. I don't decorate much for that. Anywho, let me let you guys go. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. And I will see you guys all next time. I'll put a picture of this at the end here without all the stuff in the background. And have a great day, everyone.